Hi guys, welcome back to another video. In this video I'm going to show you how to integrate your Victron energy systems with Home Assistant. This could be pretty useful, one to get your information into a central view if you're running an HA dashboard or HA app on your mobile phone. Not to say you can't do it with Victron, but it's sometimes beneficial to have everything on one screen. And you can also make decisions based on the values and registries that Victron has. So let's get into it. So you probably already have access to your VRM portal when you were setting up your inverter, or if you were installing a Venus GX or a Servo GX, or even a Raspberry Pi with the Venus OS. For you to view your stats on the VRM dashboard, you would have probably already had the account, and this is what you probably see. What's important here is to go to the advanced tab, and if you look at these numbers at the end of every status or category these numbers are called registries, and you'll see later how these registries will pull up into your Home Assistant, or how you can configure your Home Assistant to get these actual values: AC input, battery voltage, etc. etc. Now, before you get started, you're going to need to make just one change on your Victron side. You'll need to go into your device that you're using, whether it's a Venus GX, a Servo, or Raspberry Pi, and you need to enable the Modbus TCP. It's by default it is disabled. You just toggle the switch and it should be enabled. You also will need the IP address of your device. So what you're going to need to build your config file in Home Assistant to pull the data from your inverter system will be a list of Modbus TCP registries. Now, this list can be downloaded from the link, which I've linked into the description. Just put your email in, hit send, and they will send you a link to download the file. However, I have already built you a file with most of the general stats, and I've included comments to tell you what they do and what voltage they give you and where they pull the data from. So if you copy and paste this into your config file, you should be able to get out a pretty easy to read dashboard with most of the basic stats that most people will require. So if you follow this video step by step, we're gonna end up with a list of values that would give us a dashboard similar to this. So it'll give us our battery voltage or percentage, battery information, all the information from the BMV, our solar card, and our AC loads. So let's get into our test system. If all I need to do is copy and paste this file exactly as it is. Remember, this is written in Modbus 2. If you're running any version of Home Assistant that's come out in the last 3 months, you would need to follow this format. There is a Modbus 1 format. The spaces are slightly different. But if you copy this file as is, you should be perfect. So in this file, there's a few things that you would probably change. You change the IP address. This is the IP address of your local Venus GX, Servo GX, or Raspberry Pi, and the port's always 502. So this initial piece is default. You will need it. And Home Assistant reads all the parameters as sensors. On the names, what I've done is I've written in comments, and it'll tell you what each line or each of these or each piece of this code does. You'll notice scale and precision. You can copy this directly from your registry list that you'll download from Victron. They basically stay the same for everything. But if you're including something customary, like if you're running ESS, energy storage system values, the scales might change. But when you get into that, that's a lot more detail, which will allow you to make decisions on Home Assistant to change the way your inverter operates. But that's beyond the scope of this video. So what we will do now is save this card, and in true HA fashion, we will have to restart our Home Assistant. And then our HA is rebooted. We can jump over to Div Tools, and you'll notice you have a lot more sensors now. Your sensors are also populating states. So these are values of what state the AC load is in currently. That's, for example, what's my state of charge on my batteries. And it's got a self-explanatory description with it. In the config file that I will offer to you also has the tank level. So if you're using water tanks or whatever tanks with and you need to measure, you could use those as well, and the states. Like I said, once you download the registry file from the Victron website, there's tons more registries and values that you could pull out. From here you can build a dashboard just like any other one. I'll show you mine quickly. I'm just pulling my battery state of charge. I'm pulling information from my BMV. And the reason why you'll see I have a lot of battery information is because I run legacy lead acid batteries, and they don't play very well when they're overcharged, or well, they actually like to be overcharged, but they don't play very well when you discharge them too low. So I monitor those a lot. I got automations with Alexa to tell me at what stage the SOC is, at how many percent. If it's at 90, it gives me an alert, on my phone. If you do encounter an entity not available, it simply means that the registry number from your Venus or your servo is not matching the code that you've put in. So you just gotta make sure that that's correct. So yeah, that's a very quick video on how to integrate Victron with Home Assistant. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe and like. And yeah, I'm hoping to do a series video in the next couple of weeks to show you how I actually installed my inverter hybrid system at my home. And I'll still continue with more HA videos. Thank you. Cheers. Bye.